Good morning, or whatever it may be where you are. Uh, I'm in Tulsa. I went to Occupy Tulsa last night. It's pretty amazing. Um, I didn't manage to make it out of Oklahoma today, but I did get my car light fixed. So I have a headlight, so I'm not going to get pulled over anymore, which is awesome. Little story on that. First place I went to, they told me it was going to be $250. Second place I went to, the dealership, and they said it was going to be $250. I went to Napa, and it was $8. So, you know, learned a little lesson there. Um, then I made it to Occupy Tulsa. Let's see, the that was it was a great movement. Lots of really educated people there. Had some great opinions, lots of energy. They're kind of in a really weird situation where they're not legally allowed to stay where they're occupying after curfew. And so they found kind of a neat way to get around that trick, which is they basically set up camp and deconstruct the camp every day. But what's kind of funny is they're technically not allowed to be on the grass, which is kind of where the open space is, but they're actually allowed to use the sidewalk. So what they do is they set up in the grassy area and they kind of like spread out, and then at night they compact everything and put it on the sidewalk, which is probably really annoying and actually not very fun, but it's just kind of an interesting way of getting skirting around the law. Um, and every night the police come and tell them that they need to leave, um, that they're not allowed on the park. Um, yeah, they seem like a very passionate group. I think that they're kind of trying to figure themselves out. They got a lot of movement because the first night that they tried to take the grass, they were pepper sprayed and arrested, even though the police told them that they weren't going to be. Which is a surprise, I guess. And uh, so their movement is just kind of trying to figure out kind of where to go from there because they gained a lot of people when there was that heavy police action, and now they're trying to kind of both trying to fight a stigma of being like we're those people who are radical liberals trying to overthrow the government and fuck the police, because that's not what they're about. Um, and then also just kind of keep momentum alive. Great group of people. Uh, Oklahoma is the only place where I've been able to spend 2 nights in someone else's home. Someone else's home right now. A guy named Shane. Really awesome guy. It was really nice to have someone to talk to. We were bouncing off ideas off each other all night and kind of gave me some interesting opinions about how you could look at the Arab Spring, the rise of revolutions in the Middle East and North Africa, and sort of look at that as an indication of what's going on here, or at least see how that affected this and how we're using a lot of their tactics and that kind of thing, which I think is kind of interesting to think about. Think about this more as global a fight than a just one in the United States, kind of where I've been thinking of it. Also, kind of brought up the idea of the difference between a political versus a social revolution, which is that this isn't endorsing of any party. It's not really after any one event. It's just kind of people recognizing that something's wrong and each individual having various reasons and to want to create action and creating space where we can talk about that and talk about how we can change the world we're living in, which is a lot of people might think like, oh, that's kind of heavy stuff, but it's also kind of it's exactly what people need. Um, we don't really have space. We don't really have dialogue in the way that probably that certainly our founding fathers wanted us to have, and certainly not in the way that humans have had in history. Where people used to have town squares where people could come and talk. Now it doesn't work so much like that. So I'm headed to Springfield after this, and hopefully I will see The Simpsons. Um, but if not, I'm not traveling as far as I can for the next couple of days. I'm gonna be going a little bit slower um, than I have been, but I'm still heading northeast, and there'll be a lot more movements along the way. On the East Coast, there's a ton of movements. I think I already mentioned that. Um, but yeah, um, thinking about home. Of everyone. Decided I needed on the way back. I need to stop by Oakland and Santa Cruz and really see what's going on in my home place because I haven't done that. It's kind of